Day to day still, trying to do more every single day, coming right down to the wire. So we'll see how today goes and make that decision tomorrow.
And just to follow up on Bichette, what else is on the to-do list in order to activate him?
Running for one, see how that feels, and probably hit some velocity, whether that's in the cage or off some live pitchers that we do have here from our AAA group. Kevin Gausman pitched game one. His steadiness, he's the same guy every single day. You don't worry about him getting caught up in the noise and the stuff that goes with a game one. How he's performed for sure, definitely how he's performed, really in his entire time here, but I think definitely down the stretch in the second half. Veteran pitcher going against a veteran lineup and knowing how to make some adjustments too.
I know we've talked about Aaron Judge a lot this season, probably more the next few days, but does anything change regular season to this? Anything get cranked up or turned down, how you approach someone like him?
Not really, I know I've gotten plenty of, boos in New York and even some boos here if you walk them, but I get it as a fan of the game, but I don't think so.
John, do you have a protocol as to when you'll pitch to Judge and when you'll put him on? Because I think you walked him 16 times in 13 games or something like that.
It's every situation's a little bit different, Steve. It's again, he's really good. It's not a foregone conclusion that it's going to be a home run or anything like that. I think you just trust you trust guys in certain spots, and I think if there's a way to limit the times he does swing and potentially impact the ball, that's a benefit for us. But there's no, set of rules to say when and when not to.
You obviously saw the Yankees a lot this year, but how were they different when you saw them in September, post-deadline, versus the version that you saw pre-deadline and the moves that they had made?
I think having some pitchers come up, Schnieder getting Hill back and improved bullpen, obviously, from even when we saw them here in the summertime. I think that they've made an effort to, shore up some defensive spots, I think, adding McMahon and they're playing I think a little bit different type of game right now. It's just watching that series against Boston, finding some different ways to score, utilizing some speed. It's relatively the same roster, but I think they're going about it a little bit differently, and that happens as the season winds down and as you get into the postseason. You still got to be very aware of the power potential with a lot of these guys, but I think that they've made some good additions at the deadline and played really well down the stretch.
Anytime you get to toe the rubber for the biggest game of the year up to that point, kind of shows that they have faith in you and that they believe in you. And so, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. The off days the last month definitely helped. I think, with the way that our schedule was the last 6 weeks, it really kind of allowed for us to kind of give some of our guys a break, and that included me. So, yeah, I feel really good. And honestly, getting those last couple of days to kind of get some treatment, everybody's going to be feeling as good as they have. I was thinking about 22 the other day, and pitching here in 22, that postseason compared to now, completely different. Kind of fresh into the organization. Still didn't really know what it meant to be a Blue Jay, to be honest. I think now I understand, we have one team for an entire country. So, with that, a lot of things come with that. There's extra pressure that comes with that, but there's a lot of love that comes with that from the fans, from, people who might never even see you play in person. But, that's just kind of the advantage that we have being one team for a whole country. Well, the biggest thing is, we've been pumping in crowd noise the last couple of days. Like, the biggest thing is it's going to be way louder than that, So the guys are kind of complaining that they can't hear. It's going to be 10 times louder than that. So, the nice thing is I have pitched here in the postseason, so, I can kind of go back on how crazy and electric it was in 22, but I also think it's going to be completely different. I just think it's going to be an awesome atmosphere that, you know, the guys are fired up to see how crazy these Canadians are going to be.